Well, as you can tell by the title of this video and the fact that the guitar itself has disappeared off my wall, here comes me sorting out my PC Rich Warlock on J series. So, this guitar originally, as I discussed in the original video, which has been my most popular one, no idea why, sheer dumb luck, I only had a set of 8-gauge strings left, and that was because I didn't really look after them very well. So, thankfully, because of a very, very kind person, Tom, in the comments, I'm not going to say your last name because, you know, it's all good. He commented saying that he had some 12-gauge, 25.5-inch scale Speedloader strings left. And got him to message my Facebook page and started chatting to him, and he was very, very kind to send them me for free. I offered to pay anything he wanted, but he was more than happy just to help out a fellow Speedloader owner, which was absolutely amazing. So again, Tom, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. In the interest of fairness, now I have done half the strings already. It has been a long time since I've looked at this guitar, and with me wanting to reinstate the Tremolo, I needed to remind myself what I needed to do. But yes, so I've gone through, I've done the low E string down to 3 strings, realised as well that I only had 2 springs in the back, so I fixed that now, and I have 3 springs again. I think I took it out because I realised because I had completely blocked off the bridge, it didn't need that much tension anymore. Whereas because I'm reinstating the floating trem, I might as well get it done. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the footage right here, change the camera angle a little bit because I worked some stuff out to make it look a little bit better. I'm going to carry on replacing those strings, and then I'm going to take a couple of them off so that I can get the pickups out, because as I stated in my last video, I want to change some stuff around. So bear with me a sec, and I'm just going to alter my camera angle, and then I'll get some. Right, here we go. So as you can tell, I now have a lovely new mat that I've decided to get because the other one just, everything stuck to it. It was horrible. Anyway, what I've managed to do, so as I say, I've changed these 3 strings here, and I don't think you're going to be able to tell in the tuner, but I've managed to get them to drop C. It was not fun, but anyway. Thankfully, I realised I was having a lot of trouble with this string here. It didn't want to go in, so luckily I managed to remove the nut here, which is where the intonation point set, which, speaking of which, doing that, the intonation is bang on. But yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace these ones. So this one currently is saying it's D sharp. That is going to change when I put these new strings in. And I'm doing the smart thing. So I have the original pack here that I'm going to put them all into. So if I ever decide to take it down to 8 now, because it's such a massive jump, I'm literally jumping up 4 string gauges. It's shall we say interesting? Yeah, that's a word to use. Because obviously it was not fun. I tried, when I got the strings, I tried doing it with how things were set up. Obviously full well knowing it wasn't going to work. Give me a second. It's alright, my face is like kind of half cut off here. There we go. Yeah, so I knew full well it wasn't going to work, but I thought let's have a laugh, see what happens. You know, the usual when you get something new. There we go, that's a lot better. You can see my face now instead of just my mouth moving. Right, so that's that one taken off. And so you'll understand. So that's the string I've just taken off. So that's a 14. This is 26. Yeah, 26. So now I did try and get these up to C standard. C standard before I rearranged this one. This string here was the one that was being temperamental. But then I realised that actually I kind of want to put these in drop C. I seem to be playing drop C a lot more. Now, I'll explain it a bit more on this one because I have kind of just jumped over it. But, I mean, this was the beauty part about this. Now, it is worrying because it just feels like it's going to snap something. But, you know. And there we go. Now, obviously, because of the tension of that one, it's messed everything else up. But if I reduce the tension, which is going to be dropping it down to an F, it will help fix that. I could have, you know, taken all the strings off and gone from there, but let alone a normal Floyd, this Floyd is awkward to set up. No. You might be able to tell, but the bullet head on this side is actually quite far out, which, as in towards the back of the bridge, so it gives me a lot of play. Because that was the problem I was having with the other string, was the piston that's inside here was just completely out. It wouldn't go out any further. So I'm going to stop talking now and just try and get this into F. Oh yeah. Should try not to do that because I have a bad feeling my phone's going to fall off. Anywho. Yeah, so my bridge is still dead level. Now, I'll show you what I did in the back. So, to block this off, I have a piece of foam here and I actually have, this is what I installed, this is where I suddenly realised, so I only had these two springs. You can kind of see that one's not the original. I have an abundance of trem springs because of one of my kit builds and buying stuff and all that jazz. But yeah. So what I have to do to reinstate the trem and make sure it sits properly is obviously retension it once I've got everything done. But I feel like best option would be wait until I've got all the strings done, they're all set to where they need to be, then remove them all, because obviously the beauty part about the system, once you've snapped that back into place, it's straight back in tune. Obviously they've got a little bit of settling in to do. I've literally never had a set of strings this thick on this guitar before, but I mean, and you can hear that one, that's annoying. But yeah, move on to the next. So again, let's try and, tell you what, see if I can zoom you in. It's alright, I'm just going to try not to lose my, right, there you are. Apologies for the cough. Right, so you see this bit here, so the trick to it is, you press this down, pull this back bit out. Ooh, you can't see that a little bit, let's, so I don't want to push my phone down because it feels like it's going to fall out. There we go. So, press this bit down, pull this back bit out, release. And there you go, that's it. That's how the strings are removed. It was a really good concept. Like, well, yeah, when you really sit here and think about it, it was absolutely brilliant. And it's such a shame that they gave up on it. Because when I was talking to Tom, the lad who gave me the strings, he's in the same boat as me. He doesn't want to have to get... Do you know what I mean? He doesn't want to put machine heads on his guitars. Neither do I, because not only would it devalue him, it's not the guitar we got. And the other annoying thing is seeing how people exploit this fact on eBay and everywhere else. I mean, mainly it's eBay, because I'll be honest, I've searched on Reverb for this kind of thing before, and even I couldn't find them on there. But it's annoying how people are trying to profit from the fact that they're not made anymore. It's disheartening, but you know. Now that I have 2 sets, and now that I'm in a smoke-free environment, these strings are going to last a lot longer. And also, I do have this as well, which is the other thing as well, by the way. Once I've done this and got this set up, and the strings are off, let's get a lemon oil, and I'm going to clean the guitar itself, because it's a little bit dusty. Obviously, GGBO took a lot of my time up, so... Yeah, so a few things got a little bit dusty, but, you know, these things happen. Yeah, the main reason why I want to change the pickups around is I just absolutely love how the 81 sounds in the bridge position. It really... I play it too much, but I absolutely love playing Bullet. Yeah, they were one of the first bands that I learnt to play on guitar myself, kind of a thing. Once I got into like all drop tuning and stuff like that, and Tears Over Fall was one of my first ones, which is why I play it so much. And obviously they use EMGs as well. Oh, yeah, it did change. Yeah, look at that. And this is supposed to be A. I'm on C sharp, so luckily this is this. Actually, maybe not. This piston is quite far out. Let's try this. Anyway, yeah. Bullet is one of my favourite bands to listen to and play and stuff like that. And yeah, so having the 81 in the bridge just makes sense. Yeah. This one may be a case of moving the intonation point as well. Moving the bridge saddle, sorry. Because I don't know if I'm going to have enough this piston to get it out. There we go. So that wasn't intonated properly. Excellent. That's what we like to see. Right, here we go, last one. Yeah, it's a big difference, you know. 8 gauge, 12 gauge. This is going to be fun. Yeah, so, same motion again. Press down. Oh, come on. Press down, pull back, release. It's easy as that. I mean, the only... Well, no. They're really disadvantaged because obviously when you have a Floyd Rose guitar, they obviously, you know, you have to reset everything to be able to change your tuning. So I'm trying to keep it like half and half, so that if there is any changes and stuff, you know, if they go sharp or whatever, which is why I'm just checking now, then I can easily, sort them out. But yeah. Right. There you are. So these 8-gauge strings are going to be going away safe in the guitar case, along with the other set of 12s and the packaging for this set of 12-gauge strings, because yeah. Just make sure. There we go. As I said, the strings need to settle in a bit. You know, same with every new set of strings, and especially because I've changed the tension on that. But yeah, I'm going to pause the footage right here a minute, get a little bit tidied up and stuff, and then I'll come back and I will do the pickup switch round. So, talk to you soon. So, I'm back. Now, again, in the interest of fairness, I have just messed around with the tremolo itself just to see where I needed to set it. Again, it's been a long time since I've used this, so I wanted to make sure that I'm not messing up on camera. But yeah, that's why everything's not packed away properly. But what I can do, I mean, I don't have to take all the strings off. I have done this before when I kept removing these pickups to test out in other guitars and stuff, so I know how many I need to be able to get it out. So it's not like most of them where I just have to reduce the tension. I literally just did this. I think if I just remove these three, it'll be fine. Come on. There you go. But I think I might. Actually, yeah, let's take them all out. So I need to condition this fretboard anyway. I have locked off the bridge, so it's all good. It literally, that is just a piece of foam in the back. That's all it was. Yeah, because we need to condition this fretboard. It's been a while. No, that's going to fall, but that's fine. once everything goes back in, because I've already set it on these, it'll be fine. Tell you what, let's get the body cleaned first. Yeah, the fretboard's actually alright, it's not. It's lasted really well. The frets definitely need some love. This is probably the guitar I'm taking with me when I go do the Crimson maintenance course. Because, you know, unique guitar. Also, it definitely needs... I think it just needs a fret level and crown. Doesn't look like it needs a refret. But you never know. And here's what I love about EMGs. There you go. Pickups out. As easy and as simple as that. I am an advocate for EMGs because I watched and I got really into like the history of them and stuff, and I watched an interview that Rob Turner did in regards of, because the guy was asking him like, you know, what does it take for me to switch? You know, I can't use other companies, I can only use you guys. And he literally turned around and says, yeah, just said straight to the camera, put this on your pickups, then they can use your pickups with my wiring, and then we can truly decide whose pickups is better. Because this is the thing, you've got to, you know, normal pickups you have to desolder, resolder, all that stuff, and, you know, the parts and everything can make a big difference, you know, when the CTS parts and orange capacitor, there's so many factors, and it's just like, and they do active and passive, like, you know, the passive, the difference is this is a 3-pin connector, the other one, the passive ones are a 5-pin connector, I believe. The only passive one I currently have on me is the Alexa Layer one, and it's been a while since I've looked at that. But, yeah, so it'll never happen, but it's a nice thought, and it just, you know, I wouldn't be able to do half as what I've done now if it wasn't for this. And there we go. Save myself some time. Because these did come out of the Kerry King set. These weren't ones where I bought them separately, so I know that everything is as it should be, and I can simply just do this. Yeah, I know that a lot of people are on the fence about active pickups, but the nice thing is as well, recently with Fishman coming out, you know, having their active set, and they do have some cool features. It's becoming more and more common now for active pickups, which is nice, because there was a lot of stigma about them. I noticed, like, again, I had no frigging clue about active and passive. I had nothing, not a clue. It wasn't until Crouch introduced me to my blackouts that are in my Angel of Death that I, you know, kind of understood, but not really. Oh, sorry for the sneeze there. Yeah, I kind of understood, but not really. I kind of still didn't understand it, and then it came to doing my Explorer, and then I started to learn a lot more. You know. But yeah, then when I was reading like people's opinions about active and passive, it's all up to you guys. Like, you know, this is a personal preference for myself. I just happen to like how active pickups sound. You know, this 3-pin connector thing and the solderless system, I mean, look at that. I switch pickups around in no time. You know, it's an added bonus. But whatever tone you are looking for, look for a guitar with that, or, you know, say for example, if you've got a guitar that you love the look of, and you can imagine yourself playing it, but you're not happy with the sound, change it. That's what I do. You know, I was happy with the sound, but as I've said before, my music taste changed, and you know, I got introduced to active pickups, and it kind of just went from there. But I mean, my GGBO one, I didn't use EMGs. You know, I went with some passive pickups that I'd never used before, which actually have pretty much the same almost the same output as active pickups. They sound really, really good. And, you know, kept myself open. I've never said that I will never go passive again. I just would prefer, it's just because of the soldering and all that stuff that I suck at. You know, that's what holds me back from particular pickups. But I mean, you know, EMG do passive pickups, so I'm always intrigued to try one of those. Where you can find them, a lot of UK like sellers and stuff, it's hard to find them. But thankfully, Tommen exists, Guitar and Keyboard exists. They're the guys that I've got a lot of my stuff off. Originally, when I started out, I was getting it all off of Amazon, I'll be honest, because they seem to be the best source. But the people that were selling them at the time, whenever you search for EMG pickups now, it's very, very rare that you find them. Because I think there was one particular seller I was buying them from all the time, and even they seem to have disappeared. But, you know. Anyway, that's enough rambling on. So as you can tell, yeah, the fretboard doesn't really need anything, really. I might give it a quick once over with my cloth, but just to get the dust off. But the condition of it is really nice. It's not dried out. This room, I try and keep it at a constant temperature, so it's never too hot, it's never too cold. Now the cold thing I can't really help because I think my windows are a bit dodgy sometimes. But I always have the radiator that's in here set at a certain temperature, so when the heating does kick in, it doesn't get like roasting red hot. It just keeps it nice and warm. Well, you know, keeps it at a moderate temperature. And especially with storing wood in here now for guitar builds, it's really important that I keep, you know, the temperature right. So you may notice that like my amp's gone behind me now. That used to be at the side of me. Just to change the room around a little bit. And yeah, the wood that I've got for my next build is now in here. You guys can't see it yet. Which that one will be coming soon. I've done everything I wanted to do. I wanted to get all the designs done first before I went on camera with it. But yeah. Now you'll hear that sounds horrible. But so that's what I wanted to do with that. Now what I'm going to do here, you can see there I've got this piece of foam that is holding everything in. I'm just going to reduce that. Now you can tell the difference. I have tightened these up. And what I'm going to do, it's alright, you guys aren't going to be able to see it, but I will. Just makes sense. There we go. So at the minute I'm at C sharp. Yeah. So I do need to tension this a little bit more. So reduce that. And I may need to raise the action, but actually no, Actually, no, I don't. That action's perfect. If anything, it could do with being lowered. But you know. So let's tighten these up a bit. Now, if I did it right, I was crafty. It should really drop out, but it doesn't because of how well I packed it in there. If I remove that, that reduces it. So what I'm doing here is I'm just tuning this low E string by reducing or increasing tension. There we go. And let's just reduce that once more. There. So hopefully, if I flip this over, revision. Yeah. Alright then, well, there we go. That is it all changed. So I'll tell you what, let me get this section here paused. I'll get everything hooked up. I'll probably change the angle. I'm gonna remain sat down because I don't have a strap or anything. Or do, but I can't be bothered to mess about with that one. And yeah, I'll give you some tones of this now that I've switched everything around and the strings have changed. But I'll talk to you soon. you like that one. I was thinking of talking over whilst I was playing, but I didn't have much luck with like not getting feedback and stuff like that. Even though I was plugged in, I couldn't figure it out. Easiest option was for me to listen to it on headphones like I did, and then just play the tracks. I mean, I managed to integrate them pretty well, I think. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you again, Tom. You are an absolute legend. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to reinstate my floating bridge. I had to mess about with that last little bit. Don't really, because I've not had the strings, I've not really used it. So now, I get to have fun with it. I now have it in drop C, and I now have spare strings as well. It's just amazing. It was a definite learning curve. Like, as I say, I think when I first got these 8-gauge strings, I managed to get the guitar into drop C, but when I was altering the tension, I noticed that whenever I used the trem, you really could hear the springs like pull on each other. Whereas that, I didn't feel anything at all. And one thing I haven't shown, because it's not really that interesting, is the control cavity. So the control cavity itself is actually really, really good. So it was awkward when I had the Kerry King set in, but now that I've just got the 2 volumes and a tone, the battery fits beautifully over the volume and tone for the bridge and the main tone, and then the power bus fits perfectly over the top of the volume control. So yeah, it wasn't that interesting. I didn't see the point. But that's it for this one. So as I explained in my future content video, the next thing to do is have a look at my Explorer. Having a lot, like I say, having some wiring issues, but that one should be coming soon. It feels good because I managed to get this done all in one day, so I can spend, I'll have edited it hopefully by end of tomorrow, and I can carry on recording. But yeah, that's it. So thank you very much for watching. As always, my social links are down in the description below, so I have my Facebook and Instagram. Feel free to like and follow me. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all that lovely fun stuff. If you want to subscribe, I'm going to do it there for a change. This video is also going into a playlist of my previous work, so if you want to watch that, that's up here. And for a recommended video, right about here. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next.